Hi everyone, this is Aaron from HH Watch Reviews. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we will take a look at the San Martin SN0106g. I purchased this watch from San Martin's official website, and full disclosure, I was given an extra discount for it, so that's why you see the little pop-up here. This watch is available in two different colors. There is a teal dial that is the same teal color as the one on the SN0116G that I reviewed on my channel recently. So I will leave a link for that review up here. And then there is the black dial that I decided to purchase. Now the retail price for this watch before applying any coupons is just under $235 US. And with the upcoming Aliexpress sale, I'm sure you can get it for less. Now, if you're interested in any of these watches, I will leave a link in the description down below. Let's start with the measurements and specifications of the watch. We have a diameter of 37 millimeters, a lug-to-lug of 44.6 millimeters, a thickness of 13.1 millimeters, lug width comes in at 20 millimeters, and we have a sign crown that measures 6.9 millimeters. Size to my 7-inch wrist, the watch weighs 122 grams. The movement inside is an NH35 automatic movement. It beats at 21,600 beats per hour, has 41 hours of power reserve, and it hacks and hand winds. The crystal is a top hat sapphire crystal with AR coating. We have BGW9 Lume, and the case and bracelet are made out of 316L steel. Now looking at the case, this is a case that I haven't seen before from San Martin, and I really like the 37 millimeter size. It has a nice short lug-to-lug distance. It's not overly thick. Some of that thickness is the top hat sapphire crystal, so it really wears nice on my 7-inch wrist. And as for the finishing, I'm starting to really appreciate the quality of finishing done by San Martin. This case is mostly brushed. The top of the lugs and the sides of the case are very well brushed, and there's this polished bevel that separates them. The beveling starts at the bottom edge of the lug and ends in the center of the case. And it's very nice because the beveling is done thick at the bottom and finishes with a very fine line of polishing. A very nice look in an overall brushed case. Looking at the case back, well, there isn't much happening here. It's all brushed with a sterile case back, and I really like that too. The crown is a very good size. It's just under 7 millimeters. It is a screw down crown, and it gives the watch 200 meters of water resistance. It's easy to screw and unscrew the crown, very easy to wind the movement, and it's also very smooth. I also like that it's fairly short and doesn't stick out of the case too much. Now the bezel. I've had this watch for almost 2 months now, and I'm still unsure if I like the bezel or not. So this is a stepped bezel. It's polished on the sides. The top of the first step is brushed, but the second one, the one closer to the crystal, is polished. So why am I unsure about how I feel about this bezel? Well, first, I like that San Martin didn't go for the regular rounded bezel. This watch is another original design from them, so using a stepped bezel design makes it that much more unique and different from their other designs. Secondly, the reflections off the top of the bezel is very nice. How the light reflects from the bezel when looking down at the watch, I really like that. But what I don't like about it is that it is a dust and dirt magnet. Like if it was its job to collect all the dirt that goes by. That's on top of being a fingerprint magnet from being polished. I feel like I need to carry a little brush with me so that I can clean it throughout the day. Who else here would go crazy and would always clean their bezel? Let me know in the comments below. And lastly, something I noticed while filming this review, I like how when you look at the side of the watch, you see the stepped design on top of the case, with the 2 steps from the bezel and the top of the glass being the last step. And that design is also found at the bottom of the case with the case back. It's very subtle, and I have no idea if it was intentional, but it creates this symmetry between the top and bottom of the watch. The crystal is a single domed sapphire, so it is domed on top and flat at the bottom. What that means is that when looking at an angle, the dial just disappears. It's a cool effect, but not very good for legibility. Personally, I like it. I like the magnifying effect it has and how it distorts the dial. So for me, it's not a problem. Now, this brings us to the main attraction. We have a matte black dial with a white minute track. The dial is very minimal with very little text on it. Well, we only have automatic printed at the 6 o'clock position and the San Martin logo applied at the 12th. The hour and minute hands have multiple facets and they are all polished. The polishing is once again done very well. The seconds hand is painted red and is just the right amount of color for this dial. I said before how I like the light reflection off the bezel, but that light play continues on the markers. With their multiple polished facets, the markers feel premium and give this watch an elegant look. There's this bling effect to this dial and I really like it. Even the applied San Martin logo has its part in the light play, so very well done. Now you might be asking yourself, hey, didn't you say there was BGW9 Lume? Well, yes, there is, and that's the white minute track around the dial. And yes, it is awesome. The Lume glows very bright and it lasts long. Does it last all night? I honestly don't know. I've been sleeping like a baby for the past few months. But I do know that it looks very nice, and when it glows very bright. Also, because of how the crystal is domed, the distortion affects how the Lume glows, and sometimes it's like a gradient from white to almost aqua color Lume. It's a very nice effect. I don't know if I can show it on camera, but the effect is very noticeable in person. Also, walking in a dark area in the house after being in the sun always puts a smile on my face when wearing this watch. Let me know in the comments below if you're like me and you purposely go in dark parts of your house just to check the Lume on your watch. I'm sure there's a few of you out there. As for legibility, the markers cut in the minute track, so when you want to read the time in the dark, you can easily locate the 12 o'clock and tell what time it is. And the markers are very well polished, so when you have the light hitting it, doesn't matter what angle, if there's a little bit of light, you can see the time easily. And honestly, the polishing is done so well that I almost feel like it's even better than any other of the San Martin watches I've seen so far. So it's a very well done dial, and I applaud San Martin for doing something a little bit different than their usual designs. Now the bracelet. The bracelet is a beads of rice style bracelet that starts at 20 millimeters and tapers down to about 16 millimeters. It has solid female end links. It is brushed on the outer links and polished in the center links. The sides of the links are all polished. The links are held with screws, and like the SN0106g bracelet, the screws on these are smaller than the ones from their 3-link bracelets, so the included screwdriver is too big and you won't be able to size the bracelet when you receive this watch. So make sure you have the right size screwdriver. The clasp is one that I hadn't seen before. It isn't the new one with the on-the-fly micro adjustments, and it's also not the one from the Pepsi GMT. It is slimmer than both of those. The one thing I don't like about it is that it doesn't have a beveled edge on the top and bottom of the clasp, just like their new on-the-fly micro adjustment clasp. And I think it's a bit sharp in those areas, so if they could just maybe do a little beveling on this clasp, I actually really like it. It's very slim and it's very comfortable on the wrist. But other than that, the finishing on this bracelet is very well done and it matches the styling of this watch. So that pretty much wraps up my review of this watch. Overall, I think this is another hit from San Martin. It's another original design that I really like. It's a simple design, but one that is very nice to look at, especially in the dark. But what do you guys think of this watch? Let me know in the comments below. And as usual, if you enjoyed this video, please like it and share it with a friend or two. And if you want to see more watch content, please subscribe to the channel and click on that notification bell to be notified when I upload a new video. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you on the next one.